If you follow tech headlines, you'll hear endless discussion about AI models, chip shortages, software breakthroughs, and regulatory debates. What you won't hear nearly as much about is what's happening on the ground, literally. Across the United States, there is a data center construction boom unfolding at a scale that rivals past industrial build-outs. Massive campuses are rising in Virginia, Texas, Arizona, Ohio, and beyond. Warehouses of concrete and steel, packed with high-density server racks, are being built faster than at any point in history. And yet, compared to flashy AI product launches, this construction surge barely gets attention. So what's really happening? And why does it matter? The first driver is AI compute demand. Artificial intelligence has shifted from experimental novelty to economic infrastructure. Training large-scale models requires enormous clusters of GPUs. Running inference for millions of users requires sustained, high-density compute capacity. Existing facilities were not designed for this intensity. Traditional cloud workloads were power-hungry, but AI has pushed energy density to new extremes. That means new buildings, upgraded cooling systems, reinforced power delivery infrastructure, and redesigned server layouts. In short, AI is not just expanding data center demand, it's reshaping how data centers are built. The second driver is hyperscaler competition. Major cloud providers are racing to secure capacity. Owning infrastructure reduces long-term costs, ensures control over deployment timelines, and supports enterprise contracts that require guaranteed performance. Rather than relying solely on third-party operators, tech giants are building or leasing entire campuses dedicated to AI workloads. This is not incremental expansion. It's strategic land acquisition, long-term power agreements, and multi-billion-dollar construction projects planned years in advance. Another major factor is energy strategy. Data centers are among the largest industrial electricity consumers in the country. As AI accelerates, energy demand surges alongside it. To secure reliable supply, companies are partnering directly with utilities, investing in renewable projects, and in some cases exploring proximity to nuclear plants or large-scale energy hubs. This means construction projects are often tied to broader grid upgrades. Substations are being expanded. Transmission lines are being reinforced. Backup generation capacity is increasing. The construction boom extends beyond buildings. It includes electrical infrastructure on a massive scale. There is also geographic diversification underway. For years, Northern Virginia dominated U.S. data center development. It remains a central hub, but capacity constraints and local resistance are pushing expansion into new regions. States offering tax incentives, land availability, and favorable energy policies are attracting major projects. Rural areas that once relied on manufacturing are seeing data center campuses become economic anchors. This redistribution of digital infrastructure is quietly reshaping regional economies. Cooling technology is another reason construction is accelerating. AI racks generate far more heat than traditional servers. That requires advanced thermal systems, direct-to-chip liquid cooling, immersion cooling experiments, and redesigned airflow patterns. Older facilities cannot simply retrofit to accommodate extreme density. New builds are optimized from the ground up. Construction plans now include space for larger cooling systems, reinforced flooring for heavy equipment, and more complex internal layouts. This makes data centers more like power plants than office buildings. Supply chain considerations are also influencing the boom. Long lead times for transformers, switchgear, and other electrical components have encouraged companies to secure projects earlier and at larger scale. Rather than building incrementally, firms are planning entire campuses in phases, anticipating years of expansion. This forward-loaded investment reflects confidence, but also urgency. Why isn't more attention paid to this boom? Because infrastructure is less visible than software. When a new AI feature launches, millions of users see it instantly. When a new data center campus breaks ground, it's often covered only in local business news. Yet the scale of capital involved is enormous. Billions of dollars are flowing into land acquisition, construction firms, energy contracts, and equipment suppliers. This spending supports jobs in engineering, construction, electrical manufacturing, and logistics. It also influences broader economic indicators. Construction spending related to digital infrastructure is becoming a meaningful component of industrial growth. Equipment manufacturers tied to data center development are seeing strong demand. At the same time, this boom raises questions. Energy consumption is under scrutiny. Communities are debating environmental impact. Water usage for cooling has sparked concern in drought-prone regions. Regulators are increasingly involved in approving large-scale projects. This adds complexity to timelines and highlights the physical reality behind digital growth. Why does this matter for the broader economy? Because data centers are becoming foundational infrastructure, like railroads or highways once were. AI-powered productivity, cloud-based enterprise systems, digital commerce, streaming, financial transactions, all depend on physical facilities. The digital economy rests on concrete slabs, copper wiring, fiber cables, and cooling towers. If construction keeps pace with demand, AI expansion continues smoothly. If grid constraints, regulatory friction, or supply chain delays slow construction, AI deployment could bottleneck. The data center construction boom is not a side effect of technological progress. It is the physical manifestation of it. In many ways, we are witnessing a modern industrial build-out, one designed to power artificial intelligence rather than assembly lines. The servers inside may be digital, but the infrastructure around them is intensely physical. Steel, cement, transformers, substations, cooling systems.